Great, thank you. So again, this is a reminder that this is being recorded. Thank you.
Mr. Black.
Oh, the minutes. The minutes? No. Yes.
Let you read along.
So I would like to just motion or mention with the minutes. It says down here, how long will the trust be lasting? And then it says another proposal has a return of a reasonable return would keep the fund alive for 23 years with no fear of depleting. And that's only if nothing is, it would take what, that's not exactly what I said. What I said was that in order for the trust to get to a point where it could be used to maintain this building, spending $10,000 per year, that if you leave the trust alone and don't spend anything, that it would take 23 years for the trust to grow to be in the amount of 300,000, and that's at a rate of 6%, which I think is a very reasonable amount of growth because that takes into account both expansion and contraction of the markets. Some years you're not going to get 6%. Some years you could have a loss. So at any rate, that is incorrectly stated in the minutes. That's the way the minutes read. It assumes that the trust would stay as it is for 23 years, but that's not correct. The trust would take 23 years for the trust to gain a value that would allow us once again, because the idea of charging a user's fee at the library was so that the trust would be left alone to grow. That was what you said, Rick, at the meeting. And I said, do you know, have you calculated how long you would have to leave the trust alone to grow before you could begin taking money out of it for it to sustain debits of $10,000 a year? And I said I did the math on that, and it's 23 years.
That's where I got the 23 years. It was your math.
Yes, but this is incorrectly stated. Another proposal has a return of a reasonable return. That doesn't make any sense.
So you have trouble with the word proposal?
No, I have trouble with everything that it says. What it needs to say is that, if I could write it out for you if you would like, but it needs to say.
You can write it out and we'll amend it to the next meeting. How's that sound?
I think we should amend it at this meeting because that's what the minutes are here for, is to amend the minutes.
Well then.
Amanda Loud stated that it would take 23 years for the trust to reach a level able to sustain the spending the trustees, able to suspend the trustees have historically.
You're writing a book, or we're just amending the minutes here?
Well, we're amending them. You could also watch the video of the last meeting, Rick, if you need the exact words.
This is where I took this from.
Well, that's not what I said then. I suggest you look at the video again. Okay. It will take 20. I don't think that you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Well, then tell me what I'm saying.
If we put the money aside.
Yes, and don't touch it. Yes.
It's going to go 23 years.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if we put the money aside and don't touch it, it will take 23 years before that money grows to an amount that allows it to sustain the building as the current spending has been. It will take 23 years before this amount grows to be $300,000, and 3% of $300,000 is $10,000. And that has been the historical spending of the building. What you're saying is very different from what I'm saying.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. That's fine. You can write it up. We'll put it, include it into the meeting notes.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have a problem with it.
Able to sustain the spending trustees have historically stated that it would take 23 years for the trust to reach a level able to sustain the spending the trustees has spent yearly. If the trust remained untouched. So are we looking at all the minutes?
You're looking at the minutes for the last meeting.
Oh, the minutes for us. So the rest are not the minutes.
No. Those are already in file.
And so this is a bill that you sent to the
Well,
library.
why don't we proceed with the meeting along as a kind of an agenda?
Okay.
Yeah, let's. So in everybody's packet, the second thing we'll come across, or the first thing we'll come across, is the bill that we rendered to the library trustees for the user's fee. As we stated, 2 payments, $5,000 a year, due in June and December, concurrent with the tax collection days. Page 3 is a nice letter from the library trustees saying they're not going to pay us,
Right.
and that it's illegal.
I have a question about this. I guess maybe Alice is the only one that can answer it. This letter is dated the 22nd of November. We received the letter today. It was postmarked the 3rd of January.
Right, we sent it previously, but at your last meeting, people said they didn't receive it, so we sent it again.
We never saw it.
I never saw it.
No.
I saw that this library letter, Tom sent it all to us on an email.
This one right here?
Yeah, I got it, absolutely. Didn't
Oh,
you
I
got it?
didn't get
Of
one.
course, he used your email, but you stated that you don't
I
get
don't use
email
it.
and email.
That's
So and
right.
I even thought that's odd, Tom, and I
So
got it, and you were on the
obviously I
email
do
too. In fact,
No,
I
I did
can
not
look
get it.
in my email here and see what I can find. I should have a copy of it. If I can, of course, we don't have any, let's see. Here we go. Tom sent this. Let me go. There it is. There it is. Along with the Attorney General's letter. They both came on the same in an email dated December 19th, and it was sent to rparay@roadtech.com, which seemed to be moot. Okay. R.E. Ogden at AOL.com, and Amanda Loud. And it's and Tom sent this to us, clarification on the DOJ document, the 1970 court reference. This is when the Attorney General requested removal of the library from the Scribner building because it was in conflict with the will. As for legal authority to charge users fees, the Scribner trustees are the sole, this is Tom's words, are the sole management entity for the Scribner building and property. They have every right to set and bill for the usage as they determine appropriate, just as the selectmen are the sole entity to manage the town, campground, and beach, as well as the Booster Club, for example, where the selectmen determine and bill for the usage as they determine appropriate. Tom? I
Yeah, I
disagree with
understand
that. He's not a lawyer. I mean, it could be his opinion, but I don't know that that's necessarily true.
Entitled to his opinion.
He's entitled to his opinion.
But that isn't this letter.
Yes, it is. It's
No, it isn't.
absolutely that. Oh, sure it is.
No, it isn't.
No, look right here. Ashland Town Library.
It's
Dear
not-
trustees, the
Oh, that
town
one there.
library.
All
Yeah.
right.
See, these are Tom's words in the
Okay,
email
all right.
that he sent to you on December 19th.
That
and
was
then,
this one here.
well, those are his words. Yeah. And see,
Okay,
and
I
look,
got
here it
this.
is. Scribner trustee. Here's the attachments. You just didn't click on the
Okay,
attachments.
I didn't see the attachment.
You didn't click on the attachments. There we go.
So moving right along, the fourth page is the draft copy of the Scribner Memorial Trust as it exists. Tommy's finishing up the MS9 and MS10 now. Just waiting for the rest of the bank reports to come in. You usually don't see those till the 12th, 10th, 12th, 15th of the month, so.
Mhm.
But it's a fairly accurate number.
Mhm.
I also took the time to fish out the next page,
Mhm.
a point of comparison for 17, 18, 18, and 19.
Mhm.
This is a footnote.
Mhm. So we're almost back, well, where we were in 17.
Correct.
So, well, I'll ask the question in the room.
Mhm.
Now what?
Now what?
So, we build a library,
Mm-hmm.
and the library has said they're not going to pay it.
They're in legal.
They're in legal.
And that's when the next step is legal, right?
Yeah.
Legal will come to us and tell us whether we overstepped our bounds
Mm-hmm.
or we are legally able to charge a user's fee. It's
Okay,
pretty-
so we'll
it's
just
pretty-
wait until we
I
hear
don't
from
see any
legal.
Right.
other.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
see any other
That
way.
sounds reasonable. Okay. Do we want to discuss the letter from the Attorney General?
Yeah, I'm going to read the letter from the Attorney General.
Okay.
So we received a letter from the Attorney General's office, and Dick, you probably don't remember, but we've met this Thomas Donovan on a couple of previous occasions.
Yeah, I didn't, don't recall that.
Terry Knowles was our favorite lady.
Yeah,
She was the
right.
one that used to come up and ask us
Yeah.
why the Scribner Trust had money when the rest of the town was broke in 1999. The town was broke. We had $100,000 odd, and they wanted to know where it was
Mm-hmm.
because we were in fall